All right, the next and the flip side of it is what you say in Agile delivery. All right, what you say in Agile delivery. All right, one of the first things I have there, I have some quotable quotes there, and I have, what if everything you say matter? Just think about it for a hot second, and I want all of us to think over these quotes for 5 seconds. Each of them, I'm going to read them and just take 5 seconds to like pause over them. And that's going to be like our breather as we kind of flip up. And I don't know my time, but I'm going to wrap up this in the next 20 minutes or so. All right. What if everything you said really, really mattered? Think about this, guys. What if everything you said, you didn't have a pushback? You didn't have a blocker. You didn't have a restriction. Hey, let's develop a minimum viable product. Yes, sir. Hey, we're going to meet for sprint planning. Yes. Hey, this is our retrospective. We're going to put together things that went well, things that didn't go well, and our takeaways from this sprint. Good. What if everything you said really mattered? All right, anonymous. Also, too, it's not also what you say, it's how you say it. So, well, as we kind of move on with this webinar now, you're going to see that it's not also what you say, it's also how you say it. All right. So, and I know we're talking about, what you say, it's also not just what you say back, it's how you say it. How passionate are you saying it? How confident are you saying? How intentional are you also saying it? Words are powerful, but what's more powerful is modeling. So you can say everything you want to say, but what is more critical is how you model those behaviors. I was talking to my product owner and one of the new Scrum Masters that was taking over one of my teams today, and I was doing some handover to the new Scrum Master, and I said, hey, there's an opportunity for the team to improve them writing their stories and some of their tasks. And I told them that we're creating a task template that they could use, but I didn't get to finish it before I was being moved away from that team. And I told the Scrum Master that, hey, one of the things you will face in this team is that you will not only have to say something, you will have to model the behavior. You will not only have to say, they're powerful, but sometimes you have to show, you have to demonstrate it. You have to go into the description and change the description. You have to go into an acceptance criteria and change acceptance criteria. You have to go into meetings and effect changes in those meetings intentionally. And the last thing I want us to think about is saying something one time is not enough sometimes. It could take repetition to drive consistency. So sometimes we all think that, and I shot a video on this recently on my LinkedIn, a very short video. I was kind of introducing this whole idea because I run Agile in 60 seconds on LinkedIn, and it's my passion. It's something I love to do. So I talked about this. Sometimes we think that when we have said something one time is enough. You may have to say it 2, 3, 5, 10 times to drive changes. Two people are not the same. You have to understand it. Sometimes it's the repetition that drives consistency. Hey, I want us to improve the way we're writing our user stories. I want us to improve the way we're calculating our capacity. I want us to, the way we're doing our lead time and our cycle time, there's an opportunity for us to improve. You have to say it today, probably say it tomorrow, maybe say it the next day, maybe the next day again, maybe a couple of more times before the changes begin to trickle in. All right, so we're going to flip it again and go over from the developer back to the others again and see some of the things you could say to them. All right, what you should say to a developer. Actually, be mindful of your time. Remember that one of the things they say to us is, oh, I don't have time. You really should be mindful of the time, because you know what? They don't have time. They really don't have time. They're maxed out with work. They spend countless hours developing software that the business uses. Be mindful of their time. When you can move meetings, go ahead and move meetings. When you can shift meetings, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Also, cross-team communication breeds cohesion. Understand that. So when they tell you that, oh, why do I have to talk to my fellow developer? Tell them that you want to breed the cohesion as a unit. But mind you, pay attention. If the organization is promoting the specialist mode as against the generalist mode, you don't have to bother yourself about developers leaning upon the next developer for work. So one broomstick is easily broken, but the three-fourth cord is not. United we stand, divided we fall. These are some of the things you want to share with the team, all right? We want to show that we can easily stand the test of time as a development team when we're united. We want to drive this collaboration. We also want to help one another reach our personal, team, and collective goals. All right? We want to help ourselves reach our personal goals. The insight consultant wants the data engineer to reach his goal. The data engineer has a goal to become the principal data engineer. He needs the data viz to help him reach that goal. The data viz wants to become a lead data viz. Probably needs the architect to be able to do that. So everyone is accountable one another to reach their personal, team, and collective goals. So these are some of the things you say. And it's funny because when I was creating this article, it's funny because the article says what they say versus what you say. It sounds like if it's some magical thing you're supposed to say. It's really not magical. And you get to see it as we go over the slide, that it's just basic human touch to Scrum is what we're talking about. Gunter is one of my favorite persons in Agile. He talks about humanizing the work environment. That's really what we should be thinking about as Agilists. That's really what we should be paying attention to. How can we put a human touch in Agile development?